Well, we got a bit of a pause. Thank you for the follows. For G3H1RN5, Alcoholic 1960, 1980 Raphael, I Earl Grey, 10 Bruce Lee's, Ether Master, Hyena Zoltan, and Space Monkey 78. Thank you very much for the follows.
One of those names sounded remarkably familiar.
He did, yeah. I don't know, I've heard that before.
I think I've met. Yeah, I think I've met that bloke before.
Hi, Earl Grey, if you're still watching.
Yeah. Okay, so PARAZ are just readying up, getting their guy back from the crash, and ding, 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 take 3.
Third time lucky, hopefully.
Absolutely. Let's hope for the best.
Now it's time for our internets to crash, of course.
Don't even joke.
Sunday prime time is the best time for BT to do a server reset. So we can talk about the lineups. So we've got the classic kind of Haku midway going on there, and so it's going to be. So they've had 2 attempts at this CV sparring now, CV jousting. So and they're both deploying that tactic of drop some of your planes. Just so for those of you watching that haven't played carriers before or haven't realised this is a tactic, then what you do is if you're just on a spotting run, what you do is you drop 1 or 2 or 3 of your attack runs, just to leave 1 or 2 left, and that means that those planes are already back on your deck when you need them, so you can launch the next set. Because if you accidentally run into a Minotaur or something, rather than losing your entire squadron, you're just going to lose 1 or 2 planes. So when you're just on a spotting run, it's a really good tactic.
Indeed. It's all about minimizing the losses to flak in the early stage, because if you're just running reconnaissance, you don't need 9, 10, 12 planes up and at risk from flak in order to make that work. 1 guy spots just as well as 12. So, hey, why risk the ships if you don't need to?
Absolutely. Right. Well, deja vu again.
Yep. Throttle it up. Wait for the clock to tick down, and again, I'm trying to think. Well, we have got 1 team here without a Yamato. I wonder if that's going to bite PARAZ later on, because if it's not the best map for it, but if the Yamato can dig in and get its 46-centimeter rifles to bear, the Burgoynes can angle against it kind of, but they've got to risk taking it on belt.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mismatch. I mean, the Bourgoignes can. The thing with the Bourgoignes is they can punish mistakes a lot better with that reload. So and they can move around a lot more quickly, and
Yes.
so it's sort of your almost stationary gun platform versus something which is very mobile. So
yeah, I think PARAZ are definitely anticipating playing a very mobile game with their battleships and basically punishing the cruisers as best they can. Again, there we are. Arbidark and Wardreed both dropping their rock planes. Interestingly, Wardreed looks like he's going for the intercept. I wonder if we're going to see a fighter squadron.
Yeah, he has
there.
dropped.
We are.
Yep.
Thing is, by the time the Brill Cream boys get themselves sorted
the Brill
out,
Cream boys. Yeah, the reaction. I mean, so
is going to be well clear of that squad.
The reaction
just wasted that.
The reaction time on those fighters has been improved, but it's still not good enough just to do a flyby fighter drop. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, and Arbidark
counter drop
drops his fighters just. Well, it's not a counter drop. I think that's just to
spotting
get
the
a
Grozavoy
spot, but
yeah,
he's too close. The flak's going to eat them. Yeah, there we go. They're dead. That didn't take long. So
Groz. Well, it looks like S03 are going heavy to Charlie. They're a bit lighter on the Alpha side, so they've got Montana, Des Moines, Stalingrad on the Alpha side.
They've switched their forces round. Certainly, the Grozavoy's going east this time rather than west, which is what Green did before.
So it looks like we're going to have heavy against light on both flanks here, because PARAZ are going heavy Alpha.
Yes, and they're going very light on Charlie. 1 Worcester, 1 Minotaur. Jordis, interestingly, might be able to play that game a bit better because he can angle up and still bring plenty of fire to bear. I don't know how well Jordor's going to handle it.
So, Mighty Bang are pinging the map with RPF pings. It looks like the Mighty Bang has RPF, so he's pinging away there. So I assume what we're going to see is that Charlie will get capped by s03g and Alpha will get capped by PARAZ, although I think PARAZ are in for a slightly harder time based on what ships s03g have put on that side. But ultimately, I think this is going to come to a late battle for Bravo.
Yeah. I think...
What's the... So they don't have... So without a destroyer, they're going to really struggle. So in terms of getting into Bravo, I think. So the Grozhevoy obviously is going to try and cap Charlie and then go across to Bravo.
The Grozhevoy will give them an advantage, potentially mid-game. But again, with a decent carrier player on both sides, I wonder how much he's going to be able to capitalize on that. It looks to me like s03g are setting into concede A, but then deny any movement across from it. If you look at where Gunfloss has dug himself in,
absolutely,
and where SJD44 is moving and where Des Moines is moving.
So that's interesting. So they've already set up that area denial on Bravo, assuming that they're going to get Alpha, which is interesting, and it has worked out for them because that s03g have gone light on the Alpha side. So it didn't have to be that way, but that has worked out for them.
Yes, and s03g going that light. As I said, I don't think s03g are planning to challenge A as such. They know that once Azeroth gets defilated behind that island Alpha, they're not going to stop.
So, do you remember before this started, we were talking about long-range torps being dropped from Hakus to disrupt Stalingrad's? Well, that's exactly what we're seeing. There are 4 Haku torps currently heading towards Muchas Gracias. And unless he moves, he is going to take them.
Yeah.
And Otto is also pushing forward into the other ones.
So there are torps running. So yes, Otto Kretschmer might be about to pull an inadvertent 402 there. Point C goes to the s03g, ladies and gentlemen, and Azeroth is moving into point A as expected. He's defilated from all the s03g guys. The question is what he's going to do once he's got that cap.
All 4 Haku torps hit?
Yeah. But the question is, once they try to get through A and out the other side, they're going to run into Duggan Monty, Duggan Des Moines, Duggan Stalingrad, and they're really going to have to charge that. Admittedly, they're going to be doing it with 2 Burgoynes, but that could still hurt.
Yeah, I think s03g's ability to hold on to Bravo and push through is going to be a bit better because I think Para are going to have a bit of a problem with that Monty and that Des Moines sitting, and the Stalingrad actually sitting up there. Above Alpha, that's going to be a bit harder to hold on to because it's a more open cap as well.
And over on C, you can see that Alrobi's used the honorary speed to run right down the 10 line. The Yamato is pushing in. Deacon Winter's there, putting the pressure on the 2 cruisers. I think we're going to see Alrobi and, to a lesser extent, Deacon just bullying Jordis and Jordor off to the south and freeing the rest of the team to pivot round into B.
Yeah, those 2 underneath Charlie have really got themselves isolated there. I think they should have turned back towards Bravo a little bit sooner because they're just about to get surrounded.
Scratch that. I was not expecting to see the Grozhevoy there. I thought he'd make an immediate turn west into B.
Yeah, me too, actually. I hadn't noticed he'd gone that way.
He's taken a very odd course out. He's running and supported the Henri.
Yeah,
maybe just dropping smoke to cover him. So why is he there?
Unless he was sent down to do spotting, but surely they'd use the carrier for that. Unless the carrier was busy, so they sent him down. I don't know. But Minotaur just took a whack.
Yep. From the angle, I think it might have been Johan, but I think it was Deacon Winters.
I'd imagine it was the Yamato,
Yeah, so...
Okay, they've both gone unspotted
those 2 guys are getting pinned off and pushed out of the game. Unsurprisingly, the midway of Arbidux having to run west. He's seen the risk. He's not stupid. And how's that charge going out of A? Well, they're not losing momentum, but they're taking a lot of hits in the process.
There's torp soup going on from the Haku. Haku is actually moving closer to Alpha to be able to get his return time down. So he's actually pushing into that Alpha charge, which is fine. I mean, he's not going to get spotted there. But
I know. The question is whether he's going to be able to push out, because the Mighty Bang's taking a lot of fire from those 2 Burgoynes, and if he backs up any further, he's going to go broadside in front of Mighty Master. So he is rapidly running out of maneuvering options.
Yeah, he's He's between a rock and a hard place there because he can't back off. He can't reverse. He's just got to push in.
He can't reverse. He can't go forwards. The Burgoynes have just turned his flank,
Yep.
and even with high explosive,
I think,
here comes the first blood, or what would be first blood if we weren't in a training room.
And then Montana is. I think he's being caught on the back foot here because once Mighty Bang's down, which he is now, this Montana is now sat stationary in front of 4 ships, and I think he should have started moving.
Yeah, and Gunfields took a lot more damage than I thought as well, so that delaying action at AB is not working out nearly as well for s03g as I thought it was going to. I thought they were going to last a lot longer than this. They barely speed bumped PARAZ.
Yep, Montana going down quickly. I think the next barrage he's going to be down.
Yeah.
Getting focused by 5 ships here. Yep, there he is.
Yep.
A flank completely open now. Of course, the next stop is going to be Gunfloss, the Stalingrad sitting above Bravo,
Indeed. So,
who's got stuff at pretty much every angle.
And
meanwhile,
that with the A flank collapsing, I think Otto and Muchas down south SB, yeah, there we go. They're starting to push forwards, hook up, put on the pressure, and just turn this into a general west-east push.
Meanwhile, the Minotaur, the Worcester, and the Yamato of s03g are starting to push into Bravo. Last-ditch attempt, I think, to get control of the centre of the map. But of course, they're going to get flanked.
Push off. Yeah, and Otto there takes some early hits. Single-shot British torpedoes there. Otto ate a lot of fish supper.
Oof.
The thing is, I think Deacon might have a shot. He's going to have to graze it over the island, but
they've got to spot them first. I think the Haku's been sent round to put another set of torps in, but also to spot them. Which way? Let me look at which way Deacon's guns are pointed here. So he is looking. No, he's not. He's looking over towards the Burgoynes.
Yeah, the Burgoynes, I think, at this point really are completely in danger. Worcester and the Minotaur, as we noticed, have just been run completely off and out of the game. And it's going to take Jordis and Jordal so long to get back that they might do a late grab and see that.
Worcester and Minotaur have managed to cap Bravo on the s03g side, and of course they basically are a no-fly zone there with a Minotaur and a Worcester sitting together. So
yeah, but that's something else we were discussing about Haku's torpedoes. They are long range.
Absolutely. So
he could potentially do a blind drop into smoke, but in fact he's coming up behind the 2 Stalingrads. And yeah, there's the drop from about 3,000 meters out. He's still going to lose pretty much all his bombers doing it. And there we go. And the Grozvoy is barreling in as well. He's got picked up on radar and Arbidark's going for him, but that's still going to force Otto and Muchas to move. Torpedoes are visible, but I think Otto's going to dodge the lot. Yep, there we go. Found the gap going backwards. Trying to get some guns onto green before the radar runs. Now, so lanes up.
Ooh, nice hit on Grozvoy there. So I think Grozvoy... Yep. Ooh, Otto is actually reversed, so he can shoot green.
Yep. Second drop coming in. 1, maybe 2.
Two's down.
Oh, 2 and down. I must admit, I did not see that second wave hit the water. I don't think Otto did either.
Midway with the HE bombs. That's a nice hit. Half his health gone.
Yeah, but is it enough? He's got 2 more drops, potentially, but look at the way Green's taking.
So, Muchas Gracias has taken off forwards.
Yeah, and that's going to force Green to go the long way around. It's going to ruin his drops unless he does a 180 turn.
We also need to point out that the 2 Burgoynes are currently arriving at the top of Bravo, and so the stuff that's sitting in Bravo is starting to come under fire.
There goes Green. The
Green is down.
Bombs just absolutely hammered him. And unfortunately, the remaining ships for s03g are kind of a vice.
Ooh, Minotaur Sergeant Frag just got whacked by Muchas Gracias. And he's down.
And then finished off by Jordis.
But the Minotaur did get torps. The Minotaur did get torps away, heading down towards Sergeant Frag.
But Muchas,
heading down towards Muchas.
Running. There goes the Worcester. The Burgoynes are on the flank, and they might salvage some pride if they can get a kill. But honestly, at this point, I think we can call GG and an emphatic win.
Muchas Gracias about to take a whole load of torpedoes from the Minotaur, I think.
Oh
no, he's going to turn right slightly. Take 2 of them? Yep, 2.
Yeah, 2, but does he have a damcon and can the Yamato reload? Came battery there. Misses. Secondaries are looking for a fire. Deacon, however, is getting absolutely murdered. He's pinned on both sides. And the Worcester and the Minotaur did get a quick look at the Hakuryu. So at this point, we are really just administering last rites.
I assume the Hakuryu here will just make it easy for them. There's not a lot he can do.
You would think so. There's
I don't think he's going to get much choice, actually. I think he's going to have it made easy for him.
Yes, 2 rapid-fire Dakka boats closing in rapidly. They've got him honest. He's not going to be able to break contact or cover very easily.
Yeah, he's not even launching planes. I don't think he's deplaned. I think he's just... Oh, no, there he goes. Oh, no, he's almost deplaned. He's just launching 1 torpedo bomber.
Ah.
So he must have lost a lot of planes during this match.
Well, we'll find out from the stats later on. But, yeah, that, ladies and gentlemen, is called accepting your fate. Turn broadside, made it easy. And GG has been called in the chat.
Boom. There we go.
And that's that. Winner to Paranoids.